Welcome to World Alert Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The air in Malacanang Palace was thick with anticipation, every breath held as if the very walls themselves were waiting for history to unfold. The ornate halls, usually echoing with the footsteps of officials and dignitaries, now seemed to pulse with a collective hope and anxiety, as if the fate of a nation was about to be decided within these storied chambers. Inside, history was being written as two leaders stepped forward, the President of the Philippines and a high-level UAE delegation. Their meeting was not just a diplomatic formality, but a moment charged with the weight of generations. Every gesture, every word exchanged, carried the promise of transformation, as the eyes of millions watched and waited for what would come next. The announcement that followed was a seismic shockwave of hope, reverberating from the palace to the farthest barangays. It promised a profoundly different tomorrow for over 115 million Filipinos, igniting conversations in homes, markets, and schools. For many, it was the first glimmer of real change in decades, a reason to believe that the future could be brighter than the past. For decades, the country had grappled with an energy crisis, brownouts, high electricity costs, and stifled growth. Entire neighborhoods would plunge into darkness with little warning. Businesses struggled to keep their doors open, and families rationed electricity as if it were gold. The dream of progress was often dimmed by the reality of unreliable power, holding back innovation and opportunity. This new partnership, a $15 billion investment in clean energy, was more than a deal. It was a declaration of independence from fossil fuels. It marked a turning point, a bold step toward a future where the Philippines could harness its abundant natural resources, sun, wind, and water, to power its cities and countryside alike. The agreement was a symbol of trust, collaboration, and shared vision between nations. The Philippines, among the world's most climate-vulnerable nations, was taking a stand for survival and sustainability. With each passing year, the threat of climate change grew more urgent. Typhoons grew stronger, coastlines eroded, and communities were forced to adapt or relocate. This partnership was a lifeline, a chance to build resilience and protect future generations from the worst impacts of a warming world. Typhoons, rising seas, and unpredictable weather are lived realities here, making this shift not just economic, but existential. For millions, the battle against nature's fury is fought every year, with homes rebuilt and lives restarted after each disaster. The move toward clean energy was a statement. The nation would not simply endure, but would rise, adapt, and thrive in the face of adversity. As the ink dried, optimism spread. This was about national aspiration, leapfrogging outdated tech, and building a resilient, equitable future. Young engineers saw new opportunities, communities envisioned reliable power, and leaders spoke of a Philippines that could lead, not follow, in the global shift to sustainability. The sense of possibility was electric, sparking dreams of innovation and progress. The news headlines weren't exaggerating. Across the archipelago, the story dominated conversations, with analysts and ordinary citizens alike recognizing the magnitude of what had just been set in motion. It was a moment that would be remembered for generations, a pivot point in the nation's journey. This was a power move, one that promised to change the very fabric of Filipino society. It meant more than just lights that stayed on. It meant new jobs, cleaner air, and a stronger economy. It meant hope for the next generation, and a chance to redefine what it means to be Filipino in the 21st century. It signaled the Philippines' readiness to become a master of its own destiny. No longer content to be at the mercy of global markets or natural disasters, the nation was charting its own course, one defined by courage, innovation, and unity. The nation was choosing innovation, sustainability, and hope. From the bustling cities to the most remote islands, Filipinos were embracing a new era, one where progress was measured not just in economic terms, but in the well-being of people and the planet. A new chapter had begun. The story of the Philippines was being rewritten, with every citizen invited to take part in building a future that was brighter, cleaner, and more just than ever before. At the heart of this remarkable transformation is a groundbreaking $15 billion investment from the United Arab Emirates. This isn't just a financial transaction, it's a bold commitment to a shared vision for a cleaner, more sustainable future. This deal stands as one of Southeast Asia's largest and most ambitious clean energy partnerships, setting a new benchmark for international cooperation in the region. Unlike traditional loans, this is a strategic alliance designed to create 15,000 megawatts of new clean energy capacity. The plan is sweeping, envisioning vast solar farms, towering wind turbines and cutting-edge battery storage systems spread across the Philippine archipelago, harnessing the country's abundant natural resources. Here, Emirati capital and technical expertise join forces with Filipino ingenuity, local knowledge and skilled labor, all backed by strong government support to streamline processes and cut through bureaucratic red tape. The agreement covers every aspect: generation, storage, and distribution, modernizing the entire energy ecosystem from the ground up, ensuring efficiency and resilience. Advanced battery storage will play a crucial role, guaranteeing stable and reliable power supply, not just during the day, but also throughout the night and during peak demand. Significant funds are allocated to upgrade the national grid, reducing costly energy loss, preventing blackouts, and making the entire system more robust. Central to this partnership is knowledge transfer, empowering Filipino engineers, technicians, and policymakers to become leaders in the green revolution, ensuring long-term sustainability. Ultimately, this deal is more than just an investment. It's a blueprint for national development, energy independence, and true empowerment for the Filipino people. For generations, brownout meant frustration and lost opportunity for Filipinos. Unreliable power and high costs have stifled growth and discouraged investment. This partnership aims to make brownouts a relic of the past by massively boosting reliable domestic clean energy. Solar and wind farms, backed by battery storage, will stabilize the grid like never before. For the first time, families and businesses can count on electricity, no more daily disruptions. As renewables come online, electricity costs are expected to drop, providing immediate relief to households. Lower bills mean more money for food, education, and healthcare. Reliable, affordable power will unleash economic activity, especially for small businesses. For industry, it makes the Philippines a more attractive investment destination. Ending brownouts is about unlocking the nation's full economic potential. The Philippine landscape is set for a dramatic transformation. Aging power plants will give way to vast solar farms and majestic wind turbines harmonizing with nature. These new landmarks will symbolize progress and inspire national pride. Along coastlines and plains, clean energy infrastructure will rise, functional, beautiful, and sustainable. State-of-the-art battery storage will quietly ensure round-the-clock reliability. This infrastructure will be built by Filipinos, creating thousands of jobs and spurring local supply chains. The construction boom will benefit engineers, technicians, and communities nationwide. Local economies will thrive as new opportunities emerge. This is more than engineering. It's a national mobilization, the legacy skills, infrastructure, and a cleaner future for generations. The $15 billion investment is a powerful engine for job creation and economic growth. A new green economy will emerge, offering high-quality, long-term jobs in engineering, technology, and data science. Renewable projects are often rural, bringing investment and opportunity directly to the countryside. Local communities will benefit from jobs, land leases, and improved infrastructure. Young people will have reasons to stay and build futures in their home provinces. This rural revival will strengthen families, preserve cultures, and balance national development. The clean energy sector will spur innovation, entrepreneurship, and new training programs. Universities and vocational schools will adapt to meet green sector demands. The result, a dynamic, knowledge-based industry driving long-term prosperity. The benefits go beyond numbers. They're about quality jobs and a self-sustaining future. This energy partnership is about more than just economics. It's about national pride, identity, and the future we choose to build together. Every step toward renewable energy is a step toward a more independent and empowered Philippines, where the people themselves shape the nation's destiny. For decades, the Philippines depended heavily on imported fossil fuels, which not only drained our resources but also eroded our sovereignty. Each shipment of oil or coal sent wealth overseas, making us reliant on foreign powers and vulnerable to global price shocks. Now, by harnessing the abundant sun and wind that grace our islands, the nation is reclaiming its energy destiny. We are turning to our own natural resources, investing in our people, and building a future that is truly our own. Wind turbines and solar farms are quickly becoming new symbols of Filipino ingenuity, resilience, and self-reliance. These are not just machines, they are monuments to our ability to innovate and adapt. The green revolution is reshaping the country's global image. No longer seen only as a climate victim, the Philippines is emerging as a leader in sustainability, inspiring other nations to follow our example. This bold step forward is earning the Philippines international respect and a stronger diplomatic voice. Our commitment to clean energy is opening doors to new partnerships and opportunities on the world stage. Young Filipinos will grow up in a nation that is actively solving its own challenges, fostering a sense of optimism, ambition, and pride. They will see that their country can lead, innovate, and thrive. The clean energy revolution is more than just a technological shift. It is a nation-building exercise, forging a confident, sovereign identity for every Filipino. It's about constructing not just power plants but a stronger Filipino spirit, united in purpose and hope for a brighter tomorrow. Today, the Philippine flag flies greener and prouder than ever, an emblem of a nation that has chosen to rise, innovate, and lead the world toward a sustainable future. The true value of the UAE partnership goes beyond capital. It's about shared expertise and innovation. The UAE brings decades of experience in global clean energy projects, offering knowledge the Philippines would take years to develop alone. Emirati and Filipino engineers will collaborate, building world-class skills and a new generation of local experts. Access to global supply chains ensures the Philippines gets the best technology at competitive prices. Joint research will drive innovations tailored to the country's unique needs. This partnership is a model for international cooperation, mutual respect, shared goals, and win-win outcomes. The UAE gains a strategic foothold, the Philippines gains the tools to unlock its potential. It's a blueprint for other nations in the global clean energy transition. Together, they're setting a new standard for development. For Filipino families, the impact will be felt in everyday life. Lower electricity bills mean more money for essentials, food, education, and savings. The end of brownouts brings peace of mind and uninterrupted productivity. Students can study, parents can work, and small businesses can thrive without fear of power loss. Cleaner air will improve public health, especially for children and the elderly. The environment will be healthier with clearer skies and less pollution. The green economy will open new career paths for the youth, reducing the need to work abroad. Opportunity will reach even the smallest towns. This revolution is about more than electricity. It's about empowerment and hope. Daily life will be brighter, healthier, and more secure. With this bold move, the Philippines is stepping up as a clean energy leader in Southeast Asia. The country is proving that a developing nation can leapfrog to sustainability through vision and partnership. Its success will serve as a blueprint for neighbors facing similar challenges. The Philippines will attract more green investment and host international energy forums. Filipino experts will be in demand across Asia, sharing knowledge and solutions. The nation shifts from aid recipient to provider of development expertise. This is a story of hope, resilience, and national renewal. The true power source is the Filipino people's aspiration and determination. The journey is challenging, but the destination, a prosperous, sustainable Philippines, is within reach.